Okay, so let's look at number one. On number one, you were supposed to find the surface area of the sphere. And so the formula for a sphere is 4 pi times radius squared. So since our diameter was 12, our radius is just this 6 here. It's half of the 12 going across, so that's 4 times pi times 6 squared. And because you could take this to the nearest tenth, I did want you to put the pi button in your calculator. You didn't need to, in other words, leave this in terms of pi. You were just literally entering in your calculator 4 times pi times 6 times 6, and that came out to be 452.389. So to the nearest tenth, 452.4 centimeters squared. And you didn't have to put units on that one. Questions on that one? The next one we had was this cone, and the first question was, what is the slant height of this cone? And so we have this triangle here, and so we can use the Pythagorean theorem to solve for L. Our slant height goes right there. So we know that this distance across the bottom of this triangle would be 9. And so our height is 28, so we know two sides of that right triangle. We know 26 squared plus 9 squared equals c squared. So that comes out to 757 that equals c squared. And then I hope you were sure to go ahead and square root that. So c came out to be 27.5. Now, I'm writing down 27.5, but technically you should always make sure that when we get to the next thing, so this was 27.5, but the next thing is, well, not the very next thing, but when we go to find the lateral area, I need to actually use 27.51363298. So the way we say that in math speak is we say you never round intermediate values, and that just means you use the whole decimal whenever you're calculating it to find something else. So the next question actually asked for the area of the circle base. So area of base is just pi r squared. So that's pi times 9 squared, because again, our radius is 9 since our diameter is 18. So I'm putting in my calculator pi times 9 squared, and that comes out to 254.46, which is approximately 254.5 to the nearest tenth. The next part, part C, asked for the lateral area, which the formula for lateral area of a cone is pi times radius times slant height. So that's pi times 9 times the whole 27.51363 ... So make sure you're using all the decimal places. Yes, I am. Can you not see it? Okay. I can stop sharing and resharing and see if that fixes it. So 700, so this was our final answer here. Okay. So this was part 1. This was part 2. This was they weren't 1, 2. They were A. This was B. And this was part C of number 2. Let's look at part D of number 2. What is the total surface area of the cone? So for the total surface area, we know that formula. It's not number D, but anyway, surface area is pi times radius times slant height plus pi r squared. So we're going to take this 777.9, And remember, I say 0.9, but I'm really using 0.9296452 that I got in my calculator for this part. And then I'm going to add to that the pi r squared that I got up here, which was really 254.469. And remember, you can use that copy and paste feature on your calculator so that you're not having to retype these entire numbers over again. And so your answer comes out to be 1032.398, which is to the nearest tenth 1032.4. What questions do you have about that? All right, then let's go on to number 3. This one was super hard because just that darn area of the base gets everybody. So first of all, this is called a hexagonal pyramid. Okay, so what is the slant height of the pyramid? The slant height was given to us. That was this number here. It's the 16. Slant height is always the number that goes from the top of the pyramid, and then it's perpendicular to this rim down here of the base, the outer edge of the base. So you didn't have to calculate anything. I was just looking to see that you could identify it. Then part D, what is the area of the base? So area of the base, this is part D. So the formula for this is 1/2 times apothem times perimeter, and we know that because this is a regular polygon on the bottom of this pyramid. All the pyramids we're doing all have regular polygons for the base. The apothem is actually given to us. It is 6 square root 2. We know that the apothem always goes from the center of the shape and then is perpendicular to the rim of the shape, the edge of the shape. So you didn't have to calculate that on this one. And then your perimeter of your base is 10 for each side times, looks like 6 sides. So putting all of that in my calculator, comes out to 254.558, so to the nearest tenth, 254.6. And then I believe the last question, E, what is the total surface area? So for E, we're going to do surface area is 1/2 perimeter of the base times the slant height plus the area of the base. So 1/2, our base has 10 for each side, and then the distance around the whole outside would be 10 times all 6 sides. Our slant height they gave us to be 16, plus the area of the base we already found to be that 254.558. Remember to use all the decimal places. So that comes out to be approximately 6. Whoa, that's not right. Let's try that again, Miss Benton. 0.5 times 10 times 6 times 16 plus that 254 number. Okay, here we go. How about 734.55? So that would be 734.6 to the nearest tenth. Questions on this one, because this one's getting a lot of folks. Okay. Yeah. Each question is supposed to be building up to the final answer. All right. The number 4 was tricky. because on this one you had to find the slant height yourself. It did not give you the slant height. It gave you the 5 for the traditional height, and then you had to draw in your own slant height, your own right triangle. And so we had the 5 and we had the 4, and you had to find L. One of the things that got a lot of folks on this problem is that they were thinking about the Pythagorean triple 3, 4, 5. This is not a 3, 4, 5 triangle. Why? Why is it not a 3, 4, 5? Because on a 3, 4, 5, the 5 has to go in the C spot. The C is always the largest number or the hypotenuse. You can't have your largest number be anywhere else in this Pythagorean theorem, or it doesn't work. So what we do have is 4 squared plus 5 squared equals L squared. So that's 16 plus 25, which comes out to 41. Whoops. Go back to my screen. So L squared. So this was 41. And then we square root both sides. And so L is approximately 6.4. But then don't forget, we're not using 6.4 when we go to the next problem. When we have to find lateral area, we're using 6.403124237. So don't forget to use all the decimal places. So on the next one, what is the lateral area? So this was part A. Part B, lateral area is 1/2 perimeter of the base times slant height. So on this one, we know it's a square base. So 1/2 times 8 times 4 sides times the slant height, which is that whole 6.40312 dot dot dot. Which comes out to 102.4. Why is it what? Yes, you don't have the base yet. You don't add the base. Let's see. And then what are the appropriate units? The answer is for anything with area in it. Doesn't matter if it's area, surface area, lateral area. Anything with area is going to be squared units. I guess I didn't ask you to find the total surface area on this one, so you did not have to add the area of the base on number 4. Then for the last questions, tell how they're alike and tell how they're different. Well, lateral area, So lateral area and surface area, both of them include lateral area. Both include lateral area. So for example, you didn't have to give an example, but I'm going to. For a prism, lateral area is pH. Surface area is pH plus 2b. Both of them have this pH. Both of them have the lateral area, and that's true no matter what the shape is. That's true for prisms, cones, pyramids, cylinders, doesn't matter. What's different is that surface area includes the base. It has this plus 2b, includes area of the base, or base is, and lateral area is always just the area of the sides. Does not include area of the bases.